So then let's start our meeting, even if some will come later. Yeah, most of you know me. My name is Wolfgang Lieberknecht. I speak for the International Peace Factory in Wanfried in Germany. And we try to develop capacities for peaceful solutions and to create a world not only for a minority, but for all. As stated and agreed in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, that everyone has a right to live in dignity as a member of the one human family. This is our philosophy. And that we are able to create this world, we need a global cooperation, have to learn from each other. The global questions, challenges like climate change, like the split between rich and poor, then the spreading of war and violence, and naturally even the risk of an atomic war, which is serious. These are things we have to cooperate globally. And today, you know, we are spending more and more now in weapons, and many people have nothing to eat. And there we have to unite to develop alternatives and see how we come forward. One of our problems is that... was denn?
Das sollte doch jetzt nur eine Vorstellung sein.
Nein, bitte. Nein, Christina, das ist nicht okay. Und one of our problems is we don't know much about activists in other countries. The medias normally don't report. So many Germans have no ideas that there are active groups like the one Fix the Country in Ghana, and opposite in Africa, many people don't know that here are very engaged people for human rights and for fair relationships to Africa. We have to work on 3 levels. One is to fix our countries. Secondly is to fix the relationships, that we have fair relationships between our countries. You know, in history, the industrial countries dominated the world, exploited them, and do it up to today. So it is our task on both sides to work for fair relationships. And the third, we have to fix our global challenges. Today, we have here since some weeks, we have a guest, a very prominent guest, I think, who can give us also much hope, because they have achieved a lot. How I see it in Ghana, for me, my whole life, I work on try to understand what's going on in Africa and the relationships. And I think it is the most positive movement I've ever seen they have the same idea, basic democratic, peaceful, and to empower the people that they govern themselves, not to replace just one leader with another leader, but that the people take the country in their own hand. So first of all, Godwin will speak about him, but before we pass to him, we should short introduce ourselves. So maybe, I don't know, Godwin, maybe you start to introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Godwin Kwakutete. From Ghana. I'm a journalist, and I'm part of the Fix the Country group in Ghana also. And I'm part here in Germany with a lot of wonderful people here trying to work on a lot of things together.
Gut, Christina.
Ja, mein Name ist Christina und ich
English,
bin
please.
bei
English.
Black and White. Bitte?
English, not German.
Sprich doch Englisch. Habe ich eigentlich German gesprochen? Okay, I'm working with Black and White. Sorry for that. English, German, German, English. So I'm working with Black and White.
So, Isabel.
My name is Isabel Gomez-Lebs. I live and work in Eschwege in the Begegnungsstätte Diversity. I've been working there since 2018. And we help all people that come to us, mostly from different parts of the world that need help by filling out forms, or they want to meet other people, connect to other people. And yeah, that's the main thing we do. And we also make projects together with Wolfgang, zum Beispiel, as an example, for an example.
Nelly.
Darf ich mich auf Deutsch vorstellen?
Ja,
Oder Broken English. Also Broken English würde ich schon schaffen.
mach Broken English.
Okay. My name is Nelly Chapa. I'm here today to represent the African Network of Germany. And I live in Fulda. And where I have my own association, Fulda Africa Verein. And I'm happy to see you today in Germany. God will welcome. And I hope today will be, I'm here with a pleasure. I'm glad to be here. And I hope today we will have fun together.
And you are originally from Cameroon?
I'm originally from Cameroon, yes.
Okay. So Guy, please.
Thank you, Wolfgang. It's my pleasure to be here. Nice to see all of you. I've seen Eddie in the other meetings, and the others is my first time to meet. It's a pleasure for me. So I'm also glad to see Nelly from Cameroon, and it's good to see Godwin from Ghana. As Wolfgang mentioned to me before this meeting, that you are part of this movement, Fix the World, that we are trying to see how we can implement it in Cameroon. So I'm Guy Fegab, I'm from Cameroon. Now in Yaoundé, the city capital, and I'm coordinating the organization Cameroon for a World Beyond War, which is the national chapter of World Beyond War that was created 2 years ago. Soon it will be 3 years. And we are trying to gather youth so that together we can contribute the way we can to provide a non-violent solution to the crises and conflict that are ongoing in our country. So we want youth voices to be here, to be heard. We want people to use different ways to address the conflict. That's why we have this organization in Cameroon, and we have been interacting in this platform for some times already, and it's a pleasure that we meet what people are doing in other countries, and we try to replicate what we can do in our country with the possibilities we have. And we try to learn from others. We also share experiences of what we do that maybe can inspire or help others. At the end, we want violence to be reduced in the world. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
And you are a teacher, no, by profession?
Profession, I'm a teacher. Yes, I teach Spanish as a foreign language to secondary school children. Yes, so that's why my working language is French, that I speak first, Spanish, and then English. I try to speak English. My English is not the best, but I think you can hear me very well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Akboton, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, Monsieur David.
No, then, okay, Eddie, then it's your turn.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm glad to join you this afternoon. My name is Eddie Chakwe from Benin.
Oh,
Bad network.
network. So then maybe the next one, and maybe we come back to him. Yeah, Martin. Martin Ajay, do you want to introduce yourself?
Thank
Oh.
you. Matthew is having a problem, a challenge with his.
Okay. So then we take Jörg.
I don't know if he
Do
can.
you want?
No.
Okay.
Can you hear us now?
Martin, can you hear us?
Oh.
Or Akbutton? Akbutton, I think I don't spell it well, but pronounce it well. And Jörg said you don't have a microphone, yeah? That's right. So you can't speak. Okay. So then we pass over that Godwin gives us the summary of the situation in Ghana and what they are doing and what they have achieved. And then later we come in discussion with him and see if it can be used, their experiences also in other countries.
Okay. Thank you, Wolfgang. And before I start, I would like to say I'm very happy to have people from other countries, African countries here. It means we are making a progress already. So I'm very happy to have them here as well. There are some people also here who were part of our previous meeting. So I won't keep long on myself, but I'll just make it fast because of a lot of people are also aware about Ghana or Africa. So I will do it a bit faster so that we can go ahead with today's conversation. Okay, so I would like to share my screen. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if we all can have it now. Then I want to start a game for the purpose of the new people we have in this meeting today. Okay, so basically my name is Godwin Kwaku Tete Maulepe. From Ghana. I'm a journalist. I'm also part of the group called Fix the Country, which we started last 2 years ago, which I'm going to talk about it more on this particular presentation. I'm the producer for a breakfast political show in Ghana. For a TV station, we run both TV and radio at the same time. And we are one of the biggest TV channels in Ghana. We have about 70% of people who watch us and listen to us every day in Ghana, some in Europe here and other countries in the world. With our broadcast, we have, like I said, we have about 70% of the population in Ghana who watch us every day. So we are very popular when you come to Ghana. And because of the topics that we discuss. The name of the program I produce is here, but because it's a local language, it will be difficult. I am a producer, and then I have a presenter. I have presenters that I work with, they present what we do. And my host, the head of my presenters is called Captain Smart. I'm sure a lot of you or some of you have heard his name, or you can check on him online. Very vibrant presenter who has worked a lot, contributed to the progress of Ghana's journalism. And so we all work together back in Ghana. I have a team back there consisting of 25 people that we all put together, and they are all going to be part of some of these conversations as time goes on. And what we do is that we tour the country. we go to the regions of the country, and then we discuss issues with people. Even though we have an office, our studio is in the capital of Ghana, Accra, we go to all regions, sometimes organize sessions for people in the country to speak out their mind, issues they are affecting them. Because we all know that when it comes to media, there are lots of things that government or institutions want to be done, but we go beyond that, and we make sure we speak the truth of the real situations that is facing the country. Okay, so that's my picture there. And then that's the picture of my grants where I work. That's what we have there. And I spoke about my presenter, Captain Smart, and that's his picture we have here. And then that's myself and him, our picture on the left side. We have another television station also called Smart TV, which we established last year. It was also part of what we wanted to do, to mobilize the people in the country to be able to speak about the issues that are affecting the country. And so far, it has been a successful one, I can say. So the name of it is Smart TV. You can check it on Facebook and YouTube. Most of the things that we do, we still have them there that you can check. That's me. I am a producer. I don't present, but sometimes I do on maybe issues that the team might want me to present. I do that. That's a picture of my team, and we have presenters in, we have cameramen and all those people. That's our studios in Ghana, and that's I'm sure one day some of you will have the opportunity to visit Ghana. Then I can invite you to our studios, and you can talk to the people of Ghana. Okay, so I spoke earlier on that we organize programs for people for the country, but then we do it region by region. We make sure we go to the people, and because Ghana has been a country that communication or access to information before has been difficult, so it's difficult for people to say issues bothering them. Also, with the government to really hear the truth as in what is going on the ground, that have been difficult years, but with the my team and I, we took that to the people, so the people can be able to talk about common issues that are affecting them. Okay, so I would just like to speak about this topic about Ghana, a brief history and some facts about Ghana, challenges facing Ghana as a speaker. Then I'll talk about Fix the Country. Ghana is a country, we got our independence in 1957. Our founding president, our first president was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about him. And our constitution was found, our constitution was originally and formally implemented from 1992. And that's all I can say about now. I'm sure we can talk about that more later. Okay, so that's the map of Ghana. Ghana is within the west of Africa, and so it's part of Africa, and it's found within the west of Africa. And so that's a map of Ghana on the left, and then the right, we have the Independence Square. That is where we need to go to yearly parades to remind the people of the independence Ghana had, for people to be patriotic and all that. So every set March, Ghana, we assemble at this point, and other places of the country where we observe the independence that we had. Okay, so that's the president, the current president of Ghana is called Nana Akufo-Addo, and later I'll talk about him. And we have a lot of political parties in Ghana, but currently we have the two major parties that have been in power for about 30 years now. We have the New Patriotic Party that was formed in 1992, and then we have the National Democratic Congress that was also formed in 1993, and both have been in power. NDC has been in power for some time, NPP has been in power for some time, But as we speak, we have the new Patriotic Party, the NPP, who is in power currently. Some facts about Ghana. So according to Global Peace Index Report 2022, Ghana is emerged as the second peaceful country in Sub-Saharan Africa. And I would like to stress a bit upon this. Ghana is a very peaceful country. When you visit Ghana, you will have the liberty to visit all parts of the country. People are welcoming. You can spend both day and night, and you just have your peace at every point, any point in time. So a lot of foreigners visit Ghana often, and that's one good thing we can talk about when it comes to Ghana. The currency of Ghana is called the cedi. The cedi is the official currency of Ghana. So when you come to Ghana, official currency, you can use the cedi, but when you want to go out, then you can change it to other currencies. Ghana is also the center of the earth. We have the Greenwich Meridian, which passes through Ghana. And so we have the first president of Ghana built a hotel, or I mean some tourism site that when you come to Ghana, you see. So a lot of people comes from all parts of the world to visit Ghana to, see some of these places. Ghana is also a country that have a lot of local languages, but our official language that we speak is English, British English, because we were colonized by the British. So that's the official language we use. We have other local languages that we use in Ghana, but we have the popular one, the Twi, that is almost spoken in every part of the country. Ghana is also a country that locally believe in culture. So most of the things in the country are driven by culture beliefs. And Ghana also is a country that has been interested in sports from back in the days and even up to date. Ghana participates. Even a recent World Cup, Ghana participated at the World Cup, the Qatar World Cup. Ghana was there. So a lot of people, a lot of world stars were also from Ghana. So it's one country that when we talk about sports, Ghana is one country. Also, Ghana is one of the countries that supply cocoa to the world. Currently, Ghana is facing issues with our cocoa, but which I'll talk about later. But as we speak, Ghana is one of the countries that supply cocoa to the other countries and the world as large, and the world at large. Okay, Ghana also is the second largest gold producer in Africa, and also supply gold to other parts of the world. There are lots of currently international companies in Ghana that are mining gold, both legal and illegal, and I'm going to talk about that with time. But Ghana has since 1957, and even before we producing gold to the world, and that is why even before our independence, Ghana was named as Gold Coast, but it was changed after we had our independence. Ghana have a population of it was 28 million, but currently Ghana is having a population about 32 million people and still counting. And so that's about the population of Ghana. When it comes to food, Ghana believes we have a lot of local foods also in Ghana that we believe in, and when you go to different parts of the region of Ghana, they all have kind of local foods that they believe, and Ghana also have some places you can have international foods as well. So it's a country that is open to all kinds of foods. Okay, so I'll come to the challenges of Ghana. I spoke about resources that Ghana have. I mentioned gold and cocoa and all that. One of the challenges facing Ghana as we speak now is unemployment. A lot of people are unemployed in Ghana as we speak, and almost more than 50% of the youth that are growing up that can enter a job market now complete school and they have no job. Some of them who are into different fields like the medical fields, those who are into production, those who are into teaching, they try to go to other parts of the world to, get job and all that. And it's one of the things that my team and I in Ghana, we've been fighting for. And I hope we can together do this thing with most of us here. So unemployment is one challenge facing Ghana as a country now, which we are dealing in it internally, but externally or internationally, we hope to get institutions or corporate bodies or individuals that we can come together to fight some of these things. Corruption. Corruption is also one issue that has been affecting the country progress from years back, and is one of the things that my team and I, our station in Ghana, we have always been fighting about. We try to investigate issues that have to do with corruption, and we bring the corporates into our show, and then we make sure we expose those who are into corruption in Ghana, which is one of the major reasons why, as rich as Ghana could be, we could not even take care of ourselves, or we could then also be a reason why people have to use all means to travel, because the few people who are benefiting from the country's resources and those who are in positions have corrupt means of making themselves rich, and for the rest of the people to suffer. So it's one of the things that we talk about as well. Illiteracy and inaccessible of quality education. There has been this major problem in Ghana from several years now, which we're trying to fight it as a country, but it's still a challenge. A lot of people don't have access to good or quality education. Some of them do not even get the access to go at all. Some of them have schools that they go, but they lack amenities, books, and all those things. So it's been a challenge that we've been talking about it as a country, and as a TV station or as a team, we've been fighting that. And now that we are going international, we hope that we can have the opportunity to deal with some of these things. Poverty. Poverty is one issue that is facing Ghana as we speak. And the minimum wage of Ghana is being, payments are being done for work done. It is not, workers are not being paid by hours. They are being paid, they are being marked by day. So currently, a day marked person is 14 cedis. That's when you try to convert that to euro, is about €1. That's how a minimum wage is paid in Ghana per day. And so there are lots of, and there has also been several researches that have shown that a lot of people are unemployed. Some of them do not even get this minimum wage. And so this has been a challenge as a country. And there are lots of financial problems, even with the government, who got a lot of grants from international bodies, some of them who try to use positions to abuse the state financially. And all this then boils down for the people to suffer this consequence. So it's also something that is facing Ghana that we've been talking about it. Forest encroachment. This is something that has started for years now, not too long, but it's something that is growing, which we have decided to, as a team, to work on it, and as people to also work on it, because it has moved from not just us, but the people of Ghana. And some of these things are caused by illegal miners who go into the forest. They encroach the forests for the means of getting gold. Some of them have kind of forest reserve that they think they can get some woods like rosewood and other local woods that are being used for processing and all that. So they do some of these things illegally. Some of them are accompanied by international people like China. We have some Chinese who are in Ghana who also try to do this illegal activities that is affecting the country as general. And so this is something that we've also been talking about it. Then rural-urban migration. This is something that has been a challenge as a country because a lot of people where they have natural resources in their region are not able to get the benefits of these resources. So most of them move from their regions to the capital of Accra, the capital of the country, which made the place overpopulated. That's number one. Number two, they are not able to get the job that they deserve. Some even try to use the opportunity to go outside the country. There are some who are being fraud by people who promise them to take them outside. There are some who also spend a lot trying to travel that has never yielded any profit. So all these things are challenges that are facing us as a country that we are trying, because we have, Ghana is a country that most of the things have been relied on the government, but nothing has been positive for the people. So now as a country, people are now deciding how they can try to fix some of these things themselves. Lack of well-defined child welfare. There are some children in Ghana who have to find their own means to survive. Some of them who don't have access to education. Some of them who lack even parental care. Some of them cannot find their mothers or their parents. So you find some of them, and sometimes we take the opportunity to help some of them, but it's a major challenge as a country, which we think will even affect the future, because these children are the people that will be the next future for the country. So to us as a team, this has been a challenge for us, and it's also things that we have been talking about. Climate change. Climate change is a global issue that Ghana is currently seeing, but not seeing, but it's a challenge to us, because before the kind of products that comes from Ghana are now affected by this climate change. And it's something that is a fight for the whole world. So we talk about it, and we would like to use that opportunity to come join other people in the world to fight some of these issues. Okay, so the next, I would like to show some pictures. I would like to make it brief so that we can have opportunity to, oh, okay, Mr. John is here. So we can have the opportunity to have a discussion around this thing. So this is a public vehicle in Ghana, and then I picked it randomly. So the person writes that Mahama is better than this man. So like I said previously, the current president of Ghana is called Nana Akufo-Addo. And before he was elected in power, he gave a lot of promises to the people of Ghana that he was going to do a lot of things for them. But he came to power for about 6 years now, and the people feel disappointed. So people are using a lot of ways to express their disappointment in the current government. These are pictures also that myself and my team, we sometimes take the opportunity to show the people. We go to schools. These are foods that are being served to students that are in high school in Ghana, and some of them lack the proper nutrients, which we all know. Some of the children even trying to move out from school because they are not getting the proper food they need. Parents also sometimes has to visit schools because government wanted to provide for the school, for the children, and is not able to do. And so this is something that myself and my team, we have been talking about, We have been in the government for some time now, on the government to deal with some of these issues, because we believe that Ghana is a country that can feed itself. These senior high schools, they can feed, and the country can feed all the schools in Ghana and can even feed other countries. So we sometimes and all times we try to visit these people and bring these issues out so that we bring it to the people of Ghana on how we can see how to solve some of these issues. Okay, so that's on my left, that's another school, and that's the picture we have here. Now on my right, we have a professional nurse who has been on our show, our TV show last year. And these nurses have completed school for 3 years and they've not been posted by the government. Some of them try to find ways to go out of the country. Some of them have done that. Some of them are being fraud by people who promise them to take them outside. And the challenge as a team we discuss is that Ghana is a country that there are hospitals you visit in Ghana that they still need nurses. There are hospitals you visit in Ghana that they need doctors. There are towns, there are villages you visit in Ghana, and those people still need doctors. But the government says that we cannot pay these people, or the government cannot bring these people. So it's part of the issues that my team and we've been working on. We've been talking to the people, also the government. We've been putting pressure on the government to see how we can fix some of these things together as a country. So this picture was last year. That is my presenter here, Captain Smart, with some of the health workers, health students who completed school for years now, who has not been able to enroll, and some of them cannot even pay their rent. Some of them cannot get money for food and all that. So we give them an opportunity on our show to come and express some of these issues for the government to hear, because most of the times the government comes out to say that, oh, we've done everything, but the reality on the ground is different. So we use our platform to show some of these things for the people to have the opportunity to express their feelings to the government. Okay, so that's one lady here who was crying last year because he has no means to even eat, and she has completed school for 3 years and she has not gotten a job. And so when we put some of these pressures to the government, they try to fix it, but still these are challenges as a country. These are some areas of the country. This, for example, is a flat for officers, security officers, like prison officers. A little rain and the place got flooded. Some of them had to relocate. And we speak about some of these things because we believe these are challenges that Ghana could overcome. So we speak about these things as well. These are one of the regions in Ghana where some of the raw products that Ghana exports, like cocoa, like timber and other things, some of them come from these regions, and you can see their root there. So we sometimes visit them as well to, expose some of these things to the world, because there are international community who sometimes benefit from some of these products. And even the country benefit from some of these products, the government. And so some of these things are challenged as a country, and we've been on the government to fix some of these things, but as we speak, they are still challenged. And we are finding ways, both locally and internationally, as people, how we can deal with some of these things. These are also pictures of one community in Accra, which you can see a student going to school. We did some of this thing on our show in Ghana. You can see students going to school, and that's the bridge. And the people are not comfortable with it. So the team and then the people, we come together with the government to see how we can fix some of these things. But we believe that some of these things are caused by in responsibility with the government, and as people, we are coming together. The people of Ghana, we are coming together to see how we can fix some of these things locally, by the help of international bodies. We coming together by whatever means on how we can fix some of these things. You can see on the left, I spoke about youth unemployment. These are youths who go into illegal mining because there are no jobs in their community, and mass of gold are being mined from this community. Some of them are sent to other countries in the world, both Africa and Europe and Asia, America, and all other countries in the world. Ghana's gold go to these countries, but people who are living right beside this gold are not benefiting. So as a people, my team and I, we have decided to speak about some of these things directly to the government as well, and as people, we are finding ways to deliver such situations. These are also people who are from a community who are trying to fix their road themselves. And we have been on the government a couple of times to see how we can fix these things, but there are still challenges to us as a country. So we have reached a point where we are deciding to fix these things because the government has disappointed us on several occasions. These are pictures from people, women who travel from all regions of the country who want to make living in Accra. They end up sleeping outside. These are things that we show on our TV, and we express how some of real life people go through in the country, which we believe that these things are issues that can be dealt with by, irresponsibility of the government have contributed to some of these things. So we are coming together as people on how we can fix some of these things. I said earlier that Ghana is one of the cocoa processing and producing countries in the world. Currently, Ghana is facing a major challenge in our cocoa industry because of one, illegal mining, and two, the current price of cocoa, and also the farmers lack the necessary support from the government, guidance and subsidies that's supposed to increase these productions. Some of these things, we believe that when we are able to solve them, it is going to reduce the stress, the poverty, the unemployment, and these things are not even going to benefit Ghana alone. These things are going to benefit the world as large, because Ghana alone can supply a lot of countries with cocoa, and we all know a lot of products that can come out of cocoa, but currently, Ghana cocoa industry is facing a lot of challenge. So we have put it on ourselves to, spread this issue and then come together as people in a country and people outside the country to see how we can fix some of these things. These are sites of illegal mining, people who go into illegal mining to find means of survive because there are no jobs. This happened last year. These are people with disability who were at a point working on the toll sites in Ghana. And the government just came out and said that they are going to cancel toll. And so these people were taken out of their jobs. And as at now, some of them still don't have a job. So we give them opportunities on our show for them to come express their grievances and how we can deal with these things as a country. Okay, we have, like I said, we sometimes visit communities, villages, and we bring out situations that are facing the people. And you could see these are water that people use in their daily lives. So as people, myself and my team, we try to find ways to help some of these things, which are supposed to be done by the government, but it's still a challenge as we speak. Okay, so I'll end by talking about the Fix the Country. So Fix the Country is a non-partisan and political civil movement that we organized last 2 years, which was headed by my team and I. We have some other people who came from outside Ghana, Ghanaians in the diaspora, who came to join this movement, and it's something that we are continuing to do. This was founded to rescue these challenges that I spoke about, unemployment, poverty, and all the natural resources that we have that are being underutilized, corruption and all those things. We decided to bring this movement out to let the government, those in authorities, know that the country belongs to the people and we will not sit for the country to break down. Currently, Ghana is facing a lot of financial issues as we speak. And so the current finance minister is taking the country to IMF, where they seek for funds. And there are lots of corruption issues. So we came together and we have a lot of people from all the country, all the regions in Ghana who came along for this movement to be very strong. We also have some Ghanaians in the diaspora who joined this group and are still, and we are hoping to get more to, as a country, to see how we can fix these things ourselves, because the country losing as a country is not even losing for itself, but losing for the benefit that is going to affect the world as a whole, and then for the next generation of the people that will grow in this country. So last year we organized, as part of the major events that we did, we organized a Fix the Country demonstration, and we have a lot of thousands of people who came from all walks of the region, all walks of the country, all regions. We have people also who came outside the country. Some came from Germany, some came from other countries who joined this demonstration for the people of Ghana to wake up and speak about issues that are affecting them, find possibility and ways to deal with some of these things. So to speak directly that we are involved in this, I have here my presenter, Captain Smart, he's present here. We have some of the people here, the independent presidential candidates for the last year election was also part of myself. I was also part. Some of the active members of the group were all present, and it was a massive demonstration to tell the government that the people of Ghana are fed up, and then we want positive change in our country. Okay, so to wrap up with the presentation, someone will ask why I decide to go with a presentation like this. To summarize this, I believe, and my team in Ghana, which are also working in Ghana, even as I am not around now, we believe that Ghana is a rich country. Ghana is a country that can feed for itself or herself and can feed other countries. Ghana is a country that unemployment is something that cannot happen. Ghana is a country that have a lot of natural resources that can, even if we don't process in Ghana, we can export maximum that can save the country from all these financial difficulties. So now the people have come together with a medium of my TV station where I work and my colleagues. We have opened opportunities for the people of Ghana to come and then express their issues that they have together with them. Now, if we can find international partners, I mean, because we know there are people in the other parts of the world who also have issues in their countries, other African countries who also have issues in their countries, even Europe here, Germany here, you know, there are also issues here that as a country you might also have. Those from UK also have challenge that they might also have. But the main reason for this is for us to come together as people in the world or in the globe to form this strong group that we can visit issues affecting our countries and then try to deal with them. And then to speak specifically about Ghana, we can have this cooperation where we have people from all forms or all walks of the life, those from different countries, who we all come together and exchange ideas, exchange foundations, support ourselves in all fields, experts. If we can get experts, if we can get people who have knowledge, who can support, because there have been a lot of miscommunication that has gone on, which are presented by governments, as to how things are perfectly running in these countries. But in reality, it is not. So we have moved from that stage where the people, we can give this channel to the people, and then people outside the world who we can come together to put our ideas together, to put our resources together on how we can solve some of this challenge, not in Ghana alone, but other African countries. So we are hoping to get members from other African countries as well, who will come together. We come as equal people on how we can exchange ideas and resources. Ghana is ready as a country. I can tell you that the major or majority of the population in Ghana who listens to us on our show every day are ready for this change, and we look for partners across the globe that we can fix some of these things. Thank you. I don't know if there may be some questions or there may be some discussions around this. Oh, Volkan, your
stop the sharing of the screen that we see us.
Okay, so.
Okay. So, yeah, I think now people want to ask questions. I hope everyone can speak. Now you can, if there's a problem, I hope. Who has a question to Godwin? We go now first in the first part more to understand what they have achieved in Ghana, why they could understand it. And then people of other countries might ask how they can use it. So raise your hand if you want to give a question or contribute something.
Okay, so I think we have someone who has raised his hand already.
Yeah, Guy, it's your turn.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing this experience from Ghana, Godwin. It's most a comment rather than a question. Maybe I can come with a question after. I was in Ghana in 2018. I have the chance to visit Ghana in August 2018. I was there for about 1 week, and I could see how Ghana is. Ghana is a great country. It's a most respected country seen from Cameroon, because we admire how democratized is Ghana.
Yeah.
We really dream of having political transition in our country, like in Ghana. In our country, we have the same leader who has been there for 40 years already. And the elections, when they happen, they are not transparent. They are very criticized because they say there are a lot of teaching during election that the same rulers try to maintain themselves. And the way the country is governed is like they do everything to keep themselves at the power. So this is why we admire how Ghana is. Ghana is an example for us. Yes, that's the comment I wanted to bring first. And seen from how the governor is, you mentioned the corruption in that lead your team and people from Ghana to rise to fix the country. And this is some point what I think in Cameroon we can also learn from that experience, because there is lots of corruption in our country. There is lots of bad governance. There are lots of human rights abuses in our country. And initiative like the one you started in Ghana can be an example from what we do. But as I have said in previous meetings here, it is not easy in Cameroon like to undertake this type of demonstrations. Like I saw pictures in Ghana, because in Cameroon, when you want to demonstrate, whatever reason is the first attempt you will receive from the government is that they will prohibit the manifestation. They will not accept any manifestation. Those who dare to manifest usually do is against the government will to demonstrate, and there are often arrests, lots of arrests and illegal imprisonment afterwards. So that's why we have to pay very much attention in Cameroon when we plan this type of event. So what I feel that it can do is like having some online network, social media campaigns with this topic, Fix the Country. This is something that we can do online. It can work very well from one beginning. So this is what I had when I feel to say first when you were presenting. Thank you so much for sharing this experience, Godwin. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Guy. Maybe there could be one time you bring people together and discuss to learn from Godwin, that he speaks for Cameroonians, how to bring maybe what his advice is, how to bring up, fix the country in Cameroon. So Alfred, you are speaking.
Okay, I think before Alfred comes in,
yeah.
if I'll say something brief to
okay.
Yeah, to what he said. Thank you very much for the response also. And thank you. This is something that my show, my team and we sometimes talk about fellow African or neighbor African countries as well. And so we are ready to team up with you to fix some of these things gradually. And we might not be in the same place, but I mean, with technology, there are lots of means that we can come together. And so we are ever ready. My team in Ghana, we are ever ready how we can come together to deal with some of these issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Alfred. Alfred, you raised your hand. You can speak now. Alfred, you want to talk?
Yeah, I think his.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Now we hear you. Thank you.
Okay, good. Good evening to you all. Good evening to everyone. Sorry, I haven't been able to put up the picture or video because I am listening to it whilst driving. So I'll want to make a contribution. I was a bit late because I had a physio appointment, but it's good that I've joined in. I listened to a little bit of the presentation from Godwin, and I must say some of them I am privy to. I will also want to take this opportunity to say well done to him and his team. It has not been easy. We all know as Africans, as our brother from Cameroon just explained, if you try to fight the government on these things, you must be prepared to face the consequences. This is how it is. And I must say, in terms of that, Godwin and his team, I have had the opportunity to be on his TV station whilst I was in Ghana. I live in London. I have had the opportunity to be on his station, TV station, whilst I was in Ghana, all to help bring out solutions to these issues that we are discussing. So what I want to say is they are really doing a fantastic job in Ghana. It has not been easy for them. If he will say it, a couple of times his team have been arrested, put behind bars, released. it has not been easy for them. But it's good that they are still determined and pushing for the agenda to help our fellow Africans that live in Ghana and other African countries as well. So my contribution is just a recommendation and to say well done to him and his team. Some of us that live here, we know what goes on here. So in the event they need any help in whichever small way that we can help, we can also help, whether in any form or shape. They can always call on us because I believe they're really doing a fantastic job back in Ghana. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Yeah, Godwin, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to him also. For some of the Ghanaians or some of the Africans who don't live in Ghana but support us what we do in Ghana, I really want to appreciate him as well. And like he said, it was not easy for us in Ghana. We were arrested most times, and sometimes we go to court, they take us to court, and you have to go to court before you go to work, and after work you go back to court, or sometimes after work you go back to court, and then when you go back to court you go back to work. This has been several occasions, and there have also been situations that they arrested my presenter, some of my team members in Ghana, that the country will have to rise up and say, no, you have to release them because of how the country supports what we do. So it has not been an easy thing for us, but sometimes even financially, sometimes insecurity-wise, they try to threaten by all forms of, but this is something we have devoted ourselves to do. So it hasn't been easy. We believe it will not be easy, but it's something that we are going to do and we will finish it. So I would like to say thank you to him as well.
Okay. Is there anyone else who want to speak? I don't see any. Yes, Nelly.
I want only to say thank you for this great presentation, Godwin. We see that we have the same gallery in Cameroon, in Ghana, like in Cameroon, as Gise. We want also to, I want also to ask, now you say that it was not easy for you to work, to make all the job you have made. And how is it possible for us in Cameroon to make the same thing? Because as Guy said, the politics in Cameroon is, they not permit demonstration, they not, when somebody try to make something that they make opposition, or I don't know. Then at the end, I think that's how I can also say we need to learn for you, to learn what you have done. You can show us, it would be good to show us how we can try to make the same thing like you in Ghana.
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said earlier on, we are ready to come together as a team because together unity is strength. So when it comes together, it may not be your voice alone as Cameroonians, but it may be the voices of other people in different countries like Ghana and other countries. And we believe that it is not only demonstration that we can use to express some of these bills against the government or against officials, but there are lots of channels that we can sit together and discuss as people who have now decided to move together to fix problems in different countries. Because even though Ghana, we have reached a position where we have the mass who are ready, who comes out every day, or who says that we want change, and the government is now scared because now the people have the power until the people decide. So we reaching that level, even when you join us, it becomes double power as well. So we believe in coming together first, then two, we sit down and then we discuss ways that we look at the situation in your country, then together we can even do things in our country for you. Even as we are in Ghana, we can do things using our channel, using our space that we have. We can use to talk about issues that are going on. And I believe your country will listen, because we live in a global world. We have international relations. So if there are issues in your country that's public, and because of reasons cannot be said in your country, other countries will say it for you. And I'm sure your government will listen. And together, it gives you also strength that I'm sure when the people in your country are saying what we are doing, it is something that can ginger them. And then all of us, we can grow a step, then we move further.
Yeah, for me, I would even propose you form Fix Africa. So on this way, then you are members already, and this Pan-African idea, which is very important. Otherwise, so you are relatively weak, but normally you have so many resources. If you are cooperating, you really can make a change. So in this idea, if there are some people interested, and then you can support each other. Yeah, here is now the proposal that Julia, maybe you introduce yourself. You came after, and we have some others. Lambert from Ghana also joined. Our friend Julia, you want to speak? Yeah, short, speak about you. Down the microphone, you have to put on, yeah? Down left. Yeah,
Yes.
now you can.
Now it's working. Okay. Isabel sent me the invitation. Thank you. I'm Julia from Eschwege in northern Germany, or in the middle of Germany, where Godwin is staying right now, and I'm working for administration here. I have a job paid from how can I say, from Hessen, from the state of Hessen here in Germany, that should bring diversity to state institutions and other organizations, and participate to bring equal rights to the people, various people living here together.
Thank you. Lambert, you want to introduce yourself? Lambert, you hear us? And then is also Samsung.
Yes.
You want to? Yeah, Lambert. Yeah, first.
Yes. Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm Lambert from Ghana. So I'll just add something brief. I think I joined midway through Godwin's presentation, but I think I got most of the things he mentioned. And he and his team are doing very wonderful job in our country here with the Fix the Country movement and their activities. So just to add something brief, and then also an advice to my friend Guy from Cameroon. What I will say is that, we can't build these movements or forces in a day. Our democracy has come from some years back. Some years ago, we didn't also have this luxury of being able to go out in the streets to demonstrate without being harassed by the police, or without going to jail, or without suffering consequences. But yet we've been able to push and come this far, where people are able to stand to authority and then demonstrate when things are not going right in the country. So my advice is that you still need to start from somewhere and then push, and I'm hopeful that in some years to come, the government that you think is untouchable, you end up winning sometime to come. Your country will also be free, and can have your peace of mind to also voice out when things are going wrong. Yes, currently economically we are not doing well, but we are able to come out freely to talk about this as and when need be. And for me, it's my dream that all other African countries, our brothers in other countries who are suffering similar fates, will be able to be free some time to come, and then can also be able to express themselves whenever things aren't going well in their countries. So please don't give up. Keep pushing, and then I think in some few years everything will be fine with you as well. So thank you very much, Godwin, for the wonderful work you and your team are doing, and then also for projecting this to our brothers in other parts of the world as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lambert. Godwin, you want to say something?
I want to thank Lambert as well for the support. This has not been us alone. This has been the people of Ghana. We are doing this together. So I'm not surprised hearing that from him. I just want to thank him. And we are all committed to do this positively, because we believe Ghana holds a success flag, not to itself, but to the world. So I thank him, and we are all going to do this.
Thank you. Samsung, do you want to introduce yourself? You have to unmute your microphone.
Yes, okay.
Now
okay. Ich wohne in Berlin. I live in Germany. I live in Berlin. I think Gordon knows me. I do only projects. I have engineering background, and I do only projects. At the moment, I'm working on projects to go to Ghana and create jobs for the youth. So I have a team of academics, about 20. And most studied in Germany, and some are in Ghana. We do research, we correct the data, and we work on based on data. I came in late. I heard Gordon speaking about cacao. I'm working with Cocoa Board. We are in contact with German investors who want to go and build projects in Ghana, Cocoa Board, to add value. I think, Gordon, we should do research. We should speak a lot about certain things before you bring it outside. I'm not accusing you, I'm just making the point.
Okay.
Okay, before the Christmas, the Cocoa Board directors were with me here in Berlin. We went to the Ghana embassy and I took them to some German investors, and we are working on that. And the CEO will probably come to Germany maybe next month. Last week, the Cocoa Board director from London is supposed to be here with a meeting with the African Verein. He couldn't because he missed his passport, right? The problem we Africans are facing in Europe is always about the capital. I heard you speaking about poultry. We are working on poultry. Gordon, you have my project documents. And if you read it, I have been working on that for the past 3 years, where we want to create a job for Africans, about 1,000 and over. It always comes to the money, the capital. And that is our biggest problem. Because Africa, our problem is we lack production and services. That is it. If we can set up some projects, from agriculture project where we can add value to the things, and then stop importing meat like chicken from Europe, Scotland, Holland, Ukraine, and Brazil, and the US and Canada, we can do better. So maybe, Gordon, I think we should have a broad conversation maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I'm free. You can call me. We can have a conversation about project. Okay. The thing is,
Tomorrow we
I
have
have this kind of German mentality. I want to help my people in Ghana. We have to draw a plan. We have to do a project and create job for the youth. We can't always put the blame on the government. It's true, this government is very corrupt. But we the diaspora, we are trying to help Ghana, but we don't get the support that we want. For example, I had an investor who wanted to invest in our portrait project. He stepped down because of inflation in Ghana. So these are some of the things. We Black people, our problem is the capital. We don't have the capital, the government. That is our problem. And the government is not ready to help. If we are able to develop our agriculture and add value and start to produce certain things, I think we can do better. And also we have a knowledge gap. So government, I don't want to talk too much. We can talk maybe tomorrow.
Friday.
Outside. Okay.
Tomorrow we have too many outings. Friday, please.
Friday?
It's possible.
Friday, okay.
So
Friday we can talk.
Maybe you write your in the chat your contacts, your WhatsApp.
I'm old man. I don't know. I'm using phone. I don't know how to use. I'm using phone. My computer is there. So Godwin knows my contact.
Okay.
Godwin, you can give my phone number to him.
Okay.
And then we can have a chat. You said Friday.
All right. Yeah, Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, because I do projects. I've been here. I've been doing projects in Germany since 1987.
Oh.
I live on projects. I live on the whole Germany. I live on projects, so I understand what project is about. Like I said, now I have decided to go back to Africa and help my people to succeed through agriculture and education. So in my project, we have some units and we have research center and we have R&D. We are always searching for investors, NGO as well. Godwin, you have my project documents, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I contacted you last year.
Yes.
Where I called the Minister of Finance and Minister of Trade to give me a certain amount so that I will get some investors on board. They didn't. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Yes, I don't talk too much. I want action. And the action is to go down through agriculture, education, production, and services. That is what Adam Smith taught us those days. Adam Smith, right? And then Kamas. Kamas educated us over economics. And he pointed to us how we can develop it. So let's have a conversation, let's say Friday.
Good. Nice.
Das machen wir.
So, machen wir. Gut, super. Danke. Thank you very much. Martin, do you want to introduce yourself?
I don't know if before Martin will come, if I can say.
Okay, naturally.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank Mr. Jan for the inputs. I mean, it's always good to have you here. Thanks for some of the steps that you have taken before you sent me some of your proposals to what you wanted to do, especially in agriculture, and I was very happy about it. But you see, some of these things still boils to the challenges, like you said, capital. And back there in Ghana, you and I know how it's difficult to raise some of these things, which we cannot do it alone. And if we come together, not just you and I, but when we come together with a lot of people, we might not even able to do this in a bigger way, but we can start it in a small way, and to see how, if the results are able to come out in a small ways, then people will see that, oh, something is happening. And I'm sure with that, a lot of people would like to join. So I'm hoping to see how we can realize some of your projects that you sent, and how you are trying to see if by sponsorship or if by means that you can make it happen. My team and I, that is what we do. We are ever ready to make sure that that projects that comes to Ghana are being protected for it to realize its successfulness. And then lastly, about the cocoa issue you talk about, I wouldn't have much to say, but I would like you to, most of your engagements that you have with like the ministers, or you can let us know so we can show it to the public that this and this are going on. You know, it gives hope to the people. But over years now, in the government or individuals or projects that are being told to the people, and those are some of the things that even the current government said that when I come, I'll do this, we are doing this, we are doing this. But at the end of the day, the people do not see some of these things. So I'm happy with your step you are taking, your engagement you are having with them, especially on the cocoa. But I'll be happy if those things, if you can give us access to inform, for us to show people that 1, 2, 3, 4 are going on, and by this date, this will be ready. And then together we will all support this. I'm glad that I have you here, that we can all support these things when the people can see that this is going on, and this will happen this date, or this will happen then together we are moving forward. So honestly, I'm happy to have you here, but I wish some of these things we can have it to give it to the public to also continue. Yeah.
No.
Okay. However, you can always speak about it, how you do it. No,
we can talk it, because we are now in the process. I introduced them to the German investors, and now they are having a conversation. So you can't break into the public domain.
All right, so we'll wait for that.
I'm just telling you because I'm here. Because I heard you talking about cocoa.
Yeah.
Because in Ghana, we have to add value to cocoa before we export it.
Exactly. I'm happy this time, and I'll be waiting for, I mean, not me here alone, but all the people here who are in this participating today will be happy for us to see something come out with, so we can let people know about it. I mean, it will be a great success.
Let's talk on Friday.
All right.
Okay. With the chicken industry, what you should know now, they have brought out a study that chicken export will support the Ghanaians, and they publish it now and want to make it strong, and says the consumers, it is good for the consumers. Now, I know a study that they destroyed the chicken industry in Ghana, and now some NGOs in Germany, they want to counter it. So, and we try now to get voices from farmers, from consumers, that they say, no, we have to feed ourselves. And in some countries, they have banned the import. I've heard in Nigeria, I don't know, Cameroon, I've also heard that it created jobs there. So this, we have to see, this discussion is now very important if you want to create the chicken industry again. And there we have to cooperate, to work together. There's this new aggressive trial, how we see it.
Let me give you some small hints, please. I'm working on the chicken industry. If you understand the chicken industry, now I will say this: we are working on vertical integration, and based on our data, Ghana, we have 20 years gap before we can close the gap. Remember, we are 38 million or 32 million, and our chicken industry, our poultry industry in Ghana is not up to standard. So if you stop the importation of chicken right now to Ghana, people are going to have a problem with food security. So we can only protect our local industry when we build the poultry industries in Ghana. We are not up to standard, Mr. Wolfgang.
Okay.
I will explain to you. We have the data. We have done feasibility studies. We have it. And we are working with German companies and Holland companies to come and go and set up a poultry industry. So we are working on the business plan and the investment plan right now. I'm talking to you. We hope we will finish. We'll finish it maybe next week. I'm waiting for pro forma invoice from 4 suppliers.
Okay.
See, the problem is we lack knowledge. There is a knowledge gap in Africa or in Ghana. You can't just go and say you are doing poultry. No. There are so many things which comes together, but let's talk about that maybe Friday.
Okay, I don't know if I can just add something before we end and postpone that to Friday. Again, I mean, with the poultry I'm hearing it from Mr. Jan, but I think it's also a good thing. I have the opportunity to speak to, the job I do. I'm a journalist in Ghana, and I have the opportunity to speak to a lot of people. I have the poultry farmers, I have the consumers, I have the market women who we sometimes bring on our show. We brought some of the poultry farmers on our show last year, and they spoke about the challenges they are facing, and they believe that they can fix the issues with the poultry industry in Ghana, but not them alone. So I'll be happy, like you are saying, if there's going to be that collaboration, but we still stand by the fact that Ghana can produce the chicken that it needs, because there are lots of researches also that I will be forwarding to you, time, so that you can also look through how some of these chickens that are being sent to Ghana affects the health of the people that sometimes we have.
That is correct. That is correct. That is correct.
Yes.
You are right.
Yes. So we are with the position that Ghana can produce poultry. Even we are saying that it's going to be one day, but we believe in starting. And then the process by starting to say that, oh, okay, it starts from saying that we can do that. And because Ghana have the land, Ghana have, I can say, organic manure, Ghana have human resource, but I mean, leadership and knowledge are some of the lapses that we have. And that is why my team and we want to connect to the world to see how we can bridge some of these teachings. So I'm happy with your aspects as well. We'll be happy. And you said in a few weeks, we'll be ready on your conversations with them. I'm open because I think it will be a good news for the people. So I'll be waiting. We'll be having another meeting like this, so this team can also hear the progress.
But what we are doing is not social entrepreneurship. That is a pure commercial business. It's
sure,
pure
exactly.
That's pure commercial. Okay, it's
exactly.
Pure. And then we have a research center as well, where we will partner with the universities, so the youth can come and study and do their bachelor, their masters, and if you want to do your PhD, you can do as well.
Okay, we'll be happy to. Honestly, I'll be waiting for this.
I say we can have a discussion tomorrow. You said Friday.
Friday, yes.
Okay, Friday, yes.
Yeah, Friday. All right.
Okay. Now we have to round up. Yeah, it has become late, and so we have to think how we continue here with our cooperation. What do you think? In which rhythm we should make now the next meeting? How is your interest? In 2 weeks, is this okay, or what do you think?
For me or the general?
For all.
I'm almost always in the office.
Okay. No, I think there are a lot of challenges, especially if you see now Ghana is very high indebted. The interests are going up, and
Yes.
the currency is going down. And I see really a situation like in the 80s when the countries can't, and this is not only Ghana, many African countries, that they can't pay back their debts. And the International Monetary Fund come and said, you have to reduce your education, you have to reduce your health system, and that we get a lot of conflicts. So from this point, there is a movement here to cancel the debts and to support the country. So this is also, I think, an important issue. We have to work together on it. And so that some of these international questions here of economy.
Yes, but
should
Sir,
be-
that comes to the
Yeah.
physical and the monetary policy. That is another ball game
Yeah,
altogether.
we really have to discuss it. Now, this is one
Yes.
point we have
Yes.
to discuss. The other
Yes.
thing is that we have a new struggle of influence in Africa between the West and China and others, Turkey, which always you was the battlefield and it was on your costs. So we have to see that we understand the things and you make it very intelligent diplomacy. They want to, like in the 2 world wars, to bring the whole world in their conflict, and everyone have to pay the costs. So this time we have to see that we avoid it. Yeah, also we have to see how we round up. But Alfred want to speak. Alfred, please unmute yourself, please. Alfred, yeah, now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you now.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to you all. I know some of you have joined not long ago. I have already spoken, but rounding up, you were asking us to when to have the meeting again. In my view, I think it should be an ongoing thing because some of us will be learning a lot from these engagements. We have our friends from the other African countries who also want to learn what is happening, what is going on in Ghana. I must say Ghana is not the best, but from what our brothers from Cameroon said, they in their view think if we are able to demonstrate, to speak to the government, to tell the government that we are not happy with certain policies and we are able to go on the streets and demonstrate and show our anger to the government, it's a step in the right direction. They don't have that in their country. And as time goes on, we will all have to sit and engage and help them to be able to also voice out, because our leaders, we all know it's not a hidden fact. It's not just Cameroon, it's not just Ghana, it's not just any other African country. I can say, if not almost, more 90% of our African leaders are our problem, because most of them are corrupt, and that is why it's. And they have brought us to this far, that our friends, our families left back home, some of them are even finding it difficult to feed maybe 1 square meal a day. It all boils down to our leaders. So it's about time we express our dissatisfaction with them. So I think we can have more of these engagements and share ideas and help our brothers from the other countries to also pick up the movement from there, and then express their dissatisfaction with their various governments. So all that I want to say is, let us try and if possible, maybe not in so long a time, we can have more of these discussions and come up with ideas to help each other. Thank you.
Put please your email or WhatsApp inside the chat that we can contact you, those we don't have maybe, who are here only by accident today. This is important, that we continue with our cooperation and that we can communicate to each other and inform each other. So, Guy, unmute yourself. Guy, you can't unmute? Now, White. Oh, wait. Now it might come. Now I think it has come. So try again. Try again.
Okay, it's work now.
Now it's
Okay.
there.
Well, thank you so much. It's very interesting, this discussion and hearing from my brothers from Ghana. Thank you for the advices and very helpful. So what I wanted to share, maybe before I say maybe a last word, is that actually in Cameroon, 1 week ago, a journalist was actually killed. Yes, he was arrested and she was detained for some days, and his dead body was finally found 4 days after he was taken off. So, and he was killed because in his radio program, he used to denounce corruption and public funds embezzlement, and the public opinion is very angry of that in Cameroon now, and people really hope that those who killed the journalists will be arrested and punished. And we are very skeptical because in the past there have been opinion leaders, journalists killed in similar ways. A priest was even killed like 5 or 7 years, I think, in the same conditions, but there were no justice afterwards. That is why it makes our environment very particular and difficult. So from what I'm hearing here, I think it is necessary for us in Cameroon to create a space where people can meet and discuss. This will not be in the street, will not be out. It can be in a meeting room where we can gather some people, not more than 30 persons, including journalists, who can even have a major coverage, have a regular peace talks, have a regular conversation about the situation of our country, and more because in 2025, that is in 2 years, they will host presidential election, and this is very crucial because no one is sure that the ruling president who can still run for the presidency, no one is sure he will do that. And there are people are saying that his son is actually going to replace him. So, and people don't want that to happen that way. And that's why we think it is important to create a space from now where people can meet regularly and can start breaking this type of things that people are constructed in mind. That we have in our constitution is democratic. We have to make democracy prevail. We have to make peace prevail. We have to let people express themselves. So I think if we can find ways, I hope from the discussions we are having here, ideas can come and maybe support us on how to have this kind of space when we can make people meet on a regular basis to talk about the situation of our country and make it heard widely. So that is what I wanted to say too. And in terms of meetings, yes, I think even in 2 weeks, why not? We can have another meeting. Yeah. Thank you.
Julia?
Yeah.
Now it works.
Yes, great. Genau. Yeah, I had different ideas in my head. I think it's very good to have a community that is growing, that is exchanging ideas and facts, information, what is going on. And I was wondering if further on, it's interesting for you to to have a network, to make a connection also with our people in the parliament. Wolfgang, you are knowing them. It's Michael Roth from the Social Democratic Party. He's a leader in German parliament for foreign affairs. Yes, for the section in the German parliament for foreign affairs. And we have the first Black woman in German parliament. She's from our Werra-Meißner-Kreis region. She's our at Tesfayesus with roots from Eritrea. And I know that she's really interested in making the positions for Black people better. My English is not so good. I'm not talking so.
Doch, doch, ist gut. Das ist gut.
Gut. Naja, es geht
Ja,
so.
ist okay.
Aber also ich finde gerade die maybe more Orwell, the woman, she's really a good person. She's no, I cannot talk. Juristin.
Ja, sprich Deutsch, ich übersetze.
Wie sagt man denn Juristin? Ja, sie ist ja Juristin, Rechtsanwältin und ihr Fachgebiet ist ja das Asylrecht. Aber sie hat dadurch, dass ihr Spezialgebiet Asyl- und Migrationsrecht ist, hat sie also einen ganz klaren Blick für Rassismus, wie Rassismus funktioniert. Wir haben 1 Million schwarze Menschen in Deutschland und wir haben im deutschen Parlament nur 3 schwarze Parlamentarier. Also das hat auch schon viel Aussagekraft. Ne?
Okay.
Ich denke, das sind
We have in German Parliament 3 members with black skin, and 1 is from our area here, from our congregation.
First woman with black skin.
Yeah. First woman, and she is a lawyer, and her special topic is migration as asylum. But you know, Godwin is here still for 1 week. Maybe you can arrange a meeting with her.
Also really, Isabel was also meeting with her, and she's really interested in making that connections. I don't know if she is here right now in Hesse-Schlechtenau in her office. Maybe it's possible, but if she's in Berlin, of course, then you can meet her.
But you will try.
In Berlin.
We can see if she's here. Maybe if she's spontaneous.
But you will try.
I don't know.
You will try to contact that he can meet her. Yeah.
Ah, genau. Isabel wants also to say something. Can you unmute her? Wolfgang, kannst du sie auch kannst du die Stummschaltung aufheben für Isabel?
Ja.
Und further on, I had another thing, like I'm working for the region. I would be interested in knowing how can we, what can we do to make maybe Black people being more organized here? Because we have some clubs, some vereins, we have Russian people organized, we have Muslim people in every city, but we don't have any African, we have you, of course, Wolfgang, but we don't have other African communities organized so that they are not present in our networks, unfortunately.
That's a big problem because of the social status. Some are academias, some are not.
Yeah, maybe it's like this because we, Isabel?
Yeah, there is a movement in Kassel, I think it was, of Eritrean people that have organized themselves. That is like a big movement there. But I don't know anything in the rural areas, like here in Eschwege or in the small cities, very small cities. Even though we have a lot of African people.
Yeah, but Nelly, maybe you say something to Tang short. Warte. I hope you can speak. Warte. Yeah, maybe now you can speak.
Okay. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Yes. Okay. Today I represent the African Network of Germany informed me that this meeting will take place today. That's why I'm here. But also here in Fulda, we have and Migration Selbstorganisation, the Vorderer Afrika Verein. And we also have contact with many associations in Kassel. Also, one is also in Göttingen. And I live here in Germany. And we also see how many problems are in our country. We, for the diaspora, we try now since 2 months to organize ourselves to make, because we said, we see that many Cameroonians who are here, everybody, each person try to intervene. Kann ich auf Deutsch sagen, dass
ja, sag auf Deutsch. Sag auf Deutsch.
Ja, also dann ist es einfacher. Ja, ich wollte sagen, also seit seit November versuchen wir aus der Diaspora uns zu organisieren, weil viele einzelne Vereine, die hier sind, die versuchen irgendwas in unsere Länder, also ich rede jetzt von Kamerun, zu verändern, schafft das alleine nicht. Dann haben wir gedacht.
Machen wir mal einen Break. So she says that now the diaspora Africans try to organize themselves to do something for their home countries. And if you do it alone as Cameroonians, you are weak. So they try to organize themselves. Continue.
Ja, und wir versuchen, wir haben gedacht, okay, wir haben heute gerade viele Kommissionen erstellen und Leute dazu angeladen, und jede kann zum Beispiel in Klima, in Politik und also Politik, wir haben Themen wie Klimapolitik und Hunger und Arbeitslosigkeit, Sicherheit.
Super.
Auch also wir versuchen, wir haben Minimum 8 Leute, die in jede Kommission angemeldet ist, und wir wollen bis Juni versuchen, in jede Kommission zu arbeiten und eine Lösung mal finden.
Okay, also short, some years ago, with support of the German government, one African lady from Cameroon, she was here in a political party. She said, we try to bring the Africans and whole Germany together. So they formed TANG, the African Network of Germany. So, and now they want to organize commissions. They started to organize commission on African affairs like climate policy, what I got now, hunger, yeah, and politics, so that they more come in. When we first were in this, came to the meetings of them, they were mainly interested in their integration problems in Germany, because they are also having a lot of problems here, getting jobs, getting language and so on. And it is very nice if you move now in this direction, that you care more as a diaspora for your home countries. It's a very good point. So I think there is a chance where we can also cooperate.
Yeah.
Very good. So you should keep us informed, and we see how we can support it.
Okay.
It's very good if the Africans organize themselves here now. And you can have a big impact. You know, most Germans have no idea about the problems in Africa. Now, you should know. It is interested, filtered information what we are getting. Especially countries like Ghana, where the Germans have good interests. Yeah, you don't hear something negative about Ghana. If you tell people, yeah, there's a big poverty, they even don't want to believe you because they don't report it here. So, and the diaspora have a big chance to influence because they have their personal networks where people trust them, so they can influence the German, they can influence the German policy, how I see it, and together we can do it. Yeah, this is very important. It's very nice that we cooperate in it. Okay, so we make the next meeting in 2 weeks, Wednesday again at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Is this okay?
Yes.
I think the idea from Guy was nice. We take the same, you can take the same link you have now. There's always the same link from our association. You can use it. So then everyone, and you can try to bring more people inside. And then step by step we structure. We structure here the discussions that we, like you said, we have more to mention one subject, for example, climate policy. And another time, maybe international trade, because we really need knowledge about it. No? This is very complex. Most time, the problems is not easy. No?
Yes.
And we have to read to try find experts. No? Also on this, you know, this international trade issues where the big companies, yeah, they don't pay taxes in Africa. They don't put the profits there. They put it in the tax oasis and steal a lot of money in Africa. All these points, we have to get knowledge to be able to overcome the problems.
It's very true.
Yeah, but it's good. If we bring capacity together, we can really achieve a lot. The problem is the elites of both sides cooperate and both share the profit. But the poor people, the periphery, we are not cooperating. If we learn it, we can have a lot of impact.
I will tell you something. I will tell you something on Friday.
Okay, good. So then we meet on, and thank you all for your participation. I think it was a good start. Start again, Guy, after a long time. Yeah, and then we will continue. And I think we can bring something forward, especially with Godwin. I give you the last word, please, Godwin.
Okay, so I would like to thank everyone here for participating. It was a very nice having you here, especially Isabella, and we met the other time, and Julia, I think nearly today, and then my brothers from Cameroon, and I'm very happy to have all of you here. I hope we meet together again to talk about more things next time, not just about Africa, but we talk about Germany. And my brother from UK, and then we have Martin Ajay from also UK, but probably he wasn't able to talk today. So next time, in the future times, we can talk about other countries as well. And we try to take one problem at a time. Then we all bring our ideas how to fix this things. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so then have a good evening. Now we close now. We shall overcome one day together. Bye.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.